Are you ready to dive into the future of shopping, where the lines between digital engagement and physical experience begin to blur, creating a different world where every customer interaction is uniquely immersive? Well, in today's episode of Tech Talks Daily, I'm going to attempt to demystify the innovative realms of retailtainment and visual commerce. And I'm your host, Neil C. Hughes. I'm going to guide you into this journey into the future of retail. And there's an old saying that I say many times on this podcast, that the last best experience any of us has anywhere becomes the standard expectation for what we expect everywhere. So how is retailtainment and visual commerce going to create those new expectations? And what is your brand going to do if they're unable to meet those new expectations? And to help me today, I'm honoured to have Angelo Colletta joining me. He's the visionary founder at Zakeke. And it's not just another platform, though. It's actually a revolution in e-commerce that's enabling brands from Valentino, HP, Etsy, Uber Eats, and so many others offer personalised shopping experiences, but through 2D, 3D, augmented reality and virtual try-ons. And this isn't just a future vision. They are currently serving more than 10,000 clients across over 400 industries around the world. So in this episode today, Angelo's going to share his insights on how C-suites can gear up for the new Apple headset, the transformative role of AI in promoting things like ethical consumption, the burgeoning concept of retailtainment, and how this is going to impact brick and mortar stores. But before we get today's guest on, I need to pay the bills. We've got a huge podcast hosting fee to pay for when we're releasing 30 episodes a month. And this month, I've partnered with a company called Kiteworks. Now, legacy MFT tools are dated and lack the security that today's remote workforce demands. So companies that continue relying on outdated technology, though, they put their sensitive data at risk. Well, enter Kiteworks, the beacon of security and efficiency in managed file transfer. And Kiteworks isn't just any MFT solution. With its FedRAMP moderate authorization awarded by the Department of Defense since 2017, Kiteworks sets a new standard for security. And this certification is not just a badge, it's a promise of unparalleled protection for your data. So please, step into the future of managed file transfer with Kiteworks. You can find out more information at kiteworks.com to get started. That's kiteworks.com to get you started today. So buckle up and hold on tight as I beam your ears all the way to Italy, where we're going to learn more about all this and how Angelo and his team here are not just shaping the future of e-commerce, but redefining how we think about shopping and personalisation. So a massive warm welcome to the show. Can you tell everyone listening a little about who you are and what you do?
Thanks for inviting me. I'm Angelo Colletta. I'm the CEO of Zakeke, and Zakeke is a visual platform that helps merchants to enable their customers to offer a mix of experiences that we call a visual commerce layer, like 2D customization, AR and trial solution, and only one platform that helps them to make this as simple as possible.
Oh, we're talking about things like visual commerce, etc. It's such an interesting topic because right now, of course, as we record this podcast, everyone's talking about the recent launch of the Apple new headset, the Vision Pro, and how. So I'm curious on that side of things. How should C-suite executives in retail and technology sectors, how should they be preparing for this shift, and what changes do you foresee in content creation and consumption as a result? Because it is very early days, but it's easy to see where this could be taking us, right?
Yeah, I think there will be different layer, maybe physical stores, something like Apple Provision that could be useful. So many content will change because probably the physical store becomes like a scene of a theater. And so the ad set in front of you can help you to receive different content in a mixed reality situation. So I think that this is what will happen in the physical stores. On the website, maybe it could be part, this kind of, interface could be part of the way to navigate in the content in the future. But I think what really is changing is what you can do in what we call the product page now, put on top of that a visual commerce layer. And my opinion is that it's better if you don't need to use any device to be part of this new experience. So I think that Apple Pro, it could be only one of the interface that you can use to navigate in a mixed reality world that became a piece of the retail tech for the future.
And that also brings out two other maybe conflicting or converging topics, and that is artificial intelligence and ethical consumption. So in your view, what kind of role do you see AI playing in promoting ethical consumption and maybe reducing environmental impact in the retail sector? And how are you integrating these principles into your AR and VR offerings? Because it feels like there's so much scope for change and exciting opportunities here.
Yeah, I think that the main impact was in the physical stores because AI can help to reduce energy costs, reduce saving on nesting of materials and on fabrics that are using to produce the product that you're going to sell. And I think that in terms of what, from our side, what is very interesting is AI could be very helpful to help merchants to provide themselves the 3D models, and the 3D models can be a real substitute on sampling. And so the cost of sampling is a big cost in many manufacturing companies, and this cost could be down, and at the same time, you can be more ESG oriented in this way because you are saving a lot of fabrics, materials, or whatever you need for doing that. I think this is the main aspect for AI in the retail sector.
100% with you. And before you came on the podcast, one of the things that attracted to me was that you were talking about retail-tainment as a new trend, which for anyone that's not heard of that phrase, it ultimately blends shopping with entertainment. So can you elaborate on that concept and its potential to transform the retail experience and what you're doing to contribute to that emerging trend too?
Yeah. Well, I think that now, customers are looking for, like a gamification of the experience. And on the other side, the merchant, online and offline, have to try to offer this kind of experience. So what does it mean? Sometimes it could be AR, so you can interact with your product in your physical space. Sometimes it's that you can receive content in a specific interface, like, for example, a Pro, Apple, or maybe directly on your mobile, so you can have something that adds some value to the experience that you are doing with your product, or maybe configuration, customization. So maybe, I'm buying shoes, but, I want to choose some pieces of the shoes. Maybe I want to write a sentences of that because it's a gift for someone. And at the same time, I want to see, how does it work on my feet? And you can use the try-on solution. This kind of engagement. Maybe after that, I can make a snapshot and share with my friends, with my family, with my girlfriend. And, maybe I can put a toggle to say, tell me which is the best for you. So this kind of engagement is changing tremendously the way to sell and the way to manage the loyalty of customers in the long term.
It feels like there are so many changes happening right now, and it's easy to see how this might slowly unfold. So if we look ahead, how do you envision the future of physical retail stores? Specifically, how will innovations like AI and AR, such as Apple headset, and so many other things that we're seeing now, like smart mirrors in changing rooms, how do you see all this altering that in-store experience?
Yeah, I think the in-store will change more fastly than probably now we mentioned, because, for example, I can imagine that AI, it could be, the anima of a personal avatar that can wait in front of you in a form of hologram to say, welcome to, Gucci stores, and maybe help you to have a strange interaction with the store. Maybe it can change its shape and show you the best article of the day. And this is the interaction with the eye. Or maybe products can talk with you when you start moving your eyes on them, and they can start provide you different content, or maybe some voice content to tell you something more about the story of that product, the fabrics that can be used, which is maybe the environment protection that they have provided to all the chain of the producer, or many things like that. So on the other side, in terms of visual for future, we will see that probably the next stores are without wall, but they will be like a video wall. So maybe you can change the layout of the stores continuously, dynamically, or probably customers for customers. If you have some specific tasks that can help. For example, AI can detect you and say which kind of customers you are. Maybe it can change something in what is going to show you. So I think that the next stores, they will be more dynamically and full of mixed content. And the AI, it would be one of the most important interface between customers and product.
And given the rising concerns about physical store security and theft, over here in the UK, suddenly there's a huge spike in shoplifting right now. Do you expect a significant impact on brick and mortar stores this year? And how do you think technology like AR and AI can address some of these challenges that we're seeing too?
Yeah, I think so, because as everyone knows, right now, the customer journey, is something that is omnichannel. So they manage the relationship with brand going through all the channels. What is happening is that the physical stores, it will be more digital, and the digital experience, it will be more physical with try-on, AR, 3D experience. So these two words are going to become very similar in terms of multisensorial experience. And this is the trend, in my opinion. The experience would be omnichannel, but it would be more similar in any channels in the future.
And I'd love to find out more about the work that you're doing here. So just to bring to life some of the work that you're doing, can you tell me a little bit more about how you're enabling merchants to offer things like personalized product experiences, and also how you might see this level of customization influencing consumer behavior and loyalty in the future? Because there's an old saying that the last best experience you have anywhere becomes the standard expectation for those future experiences everywhere. So can you tell me how you're rising those expectations?
Yeah, sure. At this moment, we serve more than 10,000 customers all around the world. So customization and AR are now a reality, not only in the future. There's a big wave that is growing up, but is a reality today. So, for example, what we have seen that every kind of company that is using customization is having more conversion rate, more loyalty, and what is important, that people want to pay a bit more to have a personal product, and the cost to produce it in many industries is terribly low. So they can extract more value for their customers. So first of all, there's the possibility to create value around the business that you are yet providing. Now, that's changing some rules and some expectation from the customer. And the second step, you can manage a loyalty and retention with your customers because of the gamification, because of what I call it to be unique. Now, I help you to be unique with my brand, and so you are happy to continue buying from my side just because I give you this possibility in terms of social proof and social sharing. No, so this is what we do for many brands, different sector, because for example, in a web-to-print world, customization means to save a lot of custom operation, because in general it's a B2B channel. You can save a lot of time of your guys in a back office, transforming the experience of the dialogue between the customers and the company in a digital workflow. And this is make consumer happier, and in terms of operation, you can save a lot of money. In the luxury world, is totally different. People want to manage their special products. So in that case, the quality of the 3D asset that you provide, the level of customization that you can offer, make put the brand in an upside level in terms of the competitor. So the idea for the customer is, you are providing me a very full experience with your brand, and so I feel very comfortable to manage my purchase online with your brands. And what we have seen that in any case, there is conversion rate between 100 to 200% more loyalty that is going, that and the average of any part, basket is going to be bigger.
And you did mention there how many, the variety of brands from completely different industries. So just to bring to life what you were just talking about, how are you seeing immersive technologies like AR and virtual try-on helping widespread brands from Valentino to HP in reducing over manufacturing and actually creating a more targeted customer experience? Because I suspect there will be a few people listening within this industry that will be maybe sat on the sidelines wondering how it might be able to help them. And these examples show that it's every industry, isn't it?
Yeah, sure. For example, Valentino and Armani too, Testoni and many others in the luxury world are using us for doing two things. First of all, 3D asset, provide 3D asset that looks like the photo. So what they can do is to have 3D asset that can use online experience for the customer, for customize, to showing out or whatever. But on the other side, they can use the 3D asset for example, dynamic ads to create immediately some, flyers for shows or maybe for physical stores. So what is very interesting that these companies are becoming 3D centric and they are creating their catalog directly in 3D. They are saving time for shooting because they can use virtual photographer for shoot the 3D asset directly. So they can save time, money, and offer a better experience to the final customer. In a world like HP, it is different because HP works on the 2D world. So what they do with our software solution is to provide a very deep tool to help their customers to manage like something that I want to create a customized T-shirt or maybe a cup, or maybe someday make a big barn or something like that. In that case, the quality of the software is not only the 3D preview on one side, but is that an incredible number of features to manage the construction, the customization online, and the output that works for the industry to be printed. So the output format that you provide to the merchant for doing that job. So it's very interesting because the visual layers that is at the front end for the final customers for some kind of industry is a front layer that B2B process is a front layer in the back office for many others.
And you guys are a leader in visual commerce. So I've got to ask, what would your vision be for the future of this field? And how do you anticipate technologies, again, like AI, evolving further to maybe converge and enhance the e-commerce experience? Where do you see this heading?
Yeah, my opinion is that in 5-10 years, I can't imagine any commerce that will not offer a piece of the visual commerce experience. Maybe someone will need all of the pieces, maybe someone only some pieces, for sure in the meanwhile, some new experience that we can call visual commerce will grow up. For example, hologram, avatar in terms of front end, voice interface. But I can imagine that in 10 years, everyone that is not using a visual commerce, it would be like, old piece of history of the e-commerce experience. So my vision is that on one side, some new technologies are growing and are becoming mature to be used in the visual commerce layer. On the other side, this complexity have to be managed to make simple the access of all these technologies together in a middleware that helps merchants to transform all this technology is something simple to use in their company. And this is why we have decided to be a long-term business, because my vision is that this is something that it could be useful for everyone. Like now we have Shopify for millions of customers that are selling their products online. Imagine that there will be millions of users of the visual commerce app in their e-commerce store, physical stores, and B2B channel. So I think this is a very strong wave that is growing, and every of these technologies converging to transform the way to manage the e-commerce layer in the web.
Exciting times ahead, and there is a real pressure on everyone to be in a state of continuous learning now, and there'll be a lot of people listening to our conversation inspired by what you're doing, but also knowing that the speed of change in this industry is going so quickly right now. So I've got to ask, for yourself, as someone right in that eye of the storm, how do you self-educate? How do you keep up to speed with these changes? Any tips there for anyone listening?
Yeah, first of all, is my first advice is when you are thinking about innovation, the innovation is just arrived. So don't think too much. Let's try to do it in practice, because the competitive advantage is not only that technology is ready to be used, by the way that you are using your company. So first of all, don't spend too much time talking about new technology. Spend your time to try the new technology, and the way they can help your business to grow. And second thing is that it's better to start doing something that is not totally perfect, but you are playing the right game, and you will be ready to be one of the main actor at the right time in that new world that is coming. It's the same things that is happening 20 years ago with e-commerce. No, I remember many discussion. But if I start to have my e-commerce website, maybe I can cannibalize my physical retail stores. No, by the end of the game, people is free. I don't want to choose the channel that what I use. So if you don't do it, someone else will do it. And the same things, people want to engage the relation with product. People want to now live like in a game now every day. They spend a lot of time in the really game world. They love to transform every kind of experience in something that looks like a game. And for sure, purchasing is one of the most important activities in the social layer. And so, for sure, this is a very, from my side, is the most important revolution in e-commerce and of the last 20 years, because it's really going to change dramatically the way to interact with customers.
Absolutely love that. A perfect moment to end on. But for anyone listening, wanting to find out more information about the work that you're doing, I'll add a video and things to the show notes so people can find you more nice and easily. But is there anywhere you'd like to point everyone listening to find out more information?
Yeah, sure. First of all, let's visit our website, so Zakeke.com. You can find everything. There's a lot of videos so you can understand exactly how you can use the technology for your company. And you can see many other companies that is doing the same in your sector, because we have customers in 400 different sectors and verticals. And so there is an example of how to use our technology in a lot of industries. And what is important, our price is for everyone. If you are a small guy, you will pay really a small amount of money. If you are a big guy, you are going to spend more, but everything is balanced. So my idea is one of my goals. I want to give access to everyone to this layer without any barrier between big guys and small guys, because at the end of the game, I want to see a battlefield where everyone can compete with the same weapons in their square. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Love that. Well, I'm going to be following your journey very closely. I applaud everything that you're doing here, and I'd love to get you back on next year and see how quickly this space is moving. And I cannot thank you enough for taking the time to sit down with me today, talk about the concept of retail-tainment there, the blending of shopping entertainment, the future of brick and mortar security and in brick and mortar stores, and also what we can expect from this technology, how it will enhance user experiences and set new expectations that brands have got to follow. And as you said there, it's across every sector you can possibly imagine. But thank you so much for sharing that with me today.
It was a pleasure to share my small talks with you and your followers.
So as we wrap up today's fascinating conversation with Angelo there, it's clear that the future of retail is bright, it's interactive, and it's personalised. And I love learning more about how technology is changing how brands offer live products, personalisation, immersive shopping experiences, and showcasing the power of innovation in transforming how we shop and engage with products. But I also enjoyed learning more about the potential of visual commerce, augmented reality, and the role of AI in ethical consumption. It's opened up a new horizon for everybody to explore. And when you couple that with the new era of retail-tainment in blending shopping with entertainment, reshaping our expectations of the shopping experience, one thing is for sure, the retail landscape is evolving in so many exciting ways. So more than anything, I just hope today's conversation has sparked your curiosity and maybe inspired you to think differently about the role of technology in retail. But what are your thoughts on the future of shopping? Are you ready for a world where your shopping experience is as unique as you are? Share your thoughts with me by emailing me, techblogwriter@outlook.com, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, just @NeilC.Hughes. Let's continue this conversation. But remember, in the world of technology and innovation, the only limit is our imagination. So until next time, keep pushing these boundaries, exploring the endless possibilities that technologies can bring to our lives. So I'll speak to you all in the morning.